So Meghan Markle just pulled another stunt. And this time, she didn't even try to hide it. She went straight to People magazine, the unofficial PR arm of her image machine, to air out her latest thoughts on Prince Harry. And no, it wasn't about how dreamy he is or how perfect their family looks on Instagram. Nope. She practically tossed him under the bus. According to this article, Meghan is focused on the future, while Harry is emotionally tethered to his royal past. Translation: if this marriage is rocky, it's all on him. Let's just call it what it is, briefing against your own husband while still married to People magazine. And if that sounds familiar, it's because the only other high-profile couple to pull this kind of move was David and Victoria Beckham during one of their lowest public moments. Even they realized pretty quickly that having two separate press camps fighting through tabloids was a disaster waiting to happen, but not Meghan. She's apparently full steam ahead. Now people didn't just magically stumble upon this narrative. This is a carefully packaged storyline. The tone of the article, the vague, unnamed sources, the glowing praise for Meghan's forward-looking mindset. It's textbook Meghan PR. She's portrayed as the level-headed wife trying to drag her moody husband out of his royal fog. Poor Harry is painted like some man-child stuck in a Buckingham bubble, while Meghan is lighting candles and manifesting success in Montecito. But here's the part that really got people talking. There's this line buried in the article: Meghan wishes her husband could feel less burdened by the past and more present in the life they've built together. That's not just some throwaway quote. That's the headline between the headlines. It's Meghan knowingly or not admitting that Harry isn't happy, that their present life, the one they fled the UK to build, isn't living up to the fairy tale. And look, it's not like Harry's been a saint in all of this. No one's saying he deserves a gold star for the way he's handled family drama. The man practically napalmed the royal bridges, with Spare accusing his own brother and father of emotional coldness and manipulation. He dragged Camilla. He went after Kate. And somehow he's surprised that the royal family isn't exactly picking up the phone to give him updates on King Charles's cancer treatment. Seriously, actions have consequences. Mate, what makes the whole situation worse is how Meghan is suddenly acting like she's above it all. She's business, like they say. Detached, as if this whole royal mess is just background noise while she curates jam jars or plans her next influencer podcast. She's not even pretending to care about reconciliation anymore. That ship sailed when she decided she couldn't even feign respect for Harry's family. And let's not forget how all this started in a week where she already caught heat for a tone-deaf video, raised eyebrows with more staged photos of their daughter, and got dragged online over that bizarre bump photo. This People magazine article feels like the cherry on top instead of damage. Control Meghan doubled down and added fuel to the fire. And you got to wonder, is this the strategy? Create chaos, step back, and let Harry take the blame? Because if that's the plan, it's working. Prince Harry, meanwhile, is caught in a bizarre tug-off war between a family that no longer trusts him and a wife who seems to view his emotional ties as weaknesses. And look, this isn't just speculation. Even People magazine, which usually sugarcoats everything, Sussex admitted that Harry is still emotionally tied to his past in England. Of course, that's his family, that's his identity. But to Meghan, it's framed like a problem. She wants him to move on, to be present, to fully embrace their California life, the chickens, the ocean views, the brand deals. But there's a huge difference between physically moving on and emotionally detaching from your roots. And let's be honest, Harry never really did. That he didn't cut the cord when they left the UK. He tried to, sure, but writing a memoir isn't closure, it's an explosion. And when you look at how things stand now, it's no surprise the royal family wants nothing to do with him. The king is dealing with cancer. And yet Harry is somehow still demanding updates, acting like he's owed something. The audacity is wild. After accusing your stepmother of being a villain and making your brother out be a bully, how do you expect to waltz back into the fold and be greeted with open arms? Even the Queen Consort Camilla has apparently thrown her hands up. She's not engaging, not interfering, just staying far away from the circus. And who can blame her? She was one of Harry's main targets in the memoir painted As the evil stepmother playing PR games behind the scenes, that's not an easy accusation to move past, especially when it's printed in black and white for the entire world to read. And Prince William, there's reportedly zero interest from him in offering an olive branch. He's keeping his distance not out of spite, but out of self-preservation when you've been betrayed by your own brother. What incentive do you have to rebuild anything, especially when that brother continues to leak personal moments, twist facts, and act like the victim? But here's what really stands out. Meghan's entire narrative now is built around positioning herself as the level-headed one, the mature one, the forward thinker. She's not crying on camera anymore or giving tear interviews about royal cruelty. She's pivoted to calm, controlled messaging, calculated press drops, clean image curation, and well-timed statements. It's a rebrand in real time. Yet even with this makeover, there's still that edge, that tone of superiority, like she's above all of this, like she's tried everything. And the problem is Harry and the institution that just won't let him go. But let's be honest, Meghan never really gave the royal family a fair shot from day one. It felt like she came in with a wall up. Every interaction became a headline. Every cold look became racism. Every misstep was someone else's fault. And now she's reaping the benefit of being the one who got out, the one who moved on. But Harry, he's stuck between the family he alienated and the life he's unsure fits him. He's trying to straddle both worlds, and it's tearing him apart. The worst part, Meghan seems to see that struggle not as something to empathize with, but as something to fix as a flaw. And when someone you love treats your pain like a personal inconvenience, it doesn't just hurt, it leaves a mark you don't forget behind all the polished PR and perfectly filtered images. What we're really watching is a marriage unraveling under the weight of too many lies, too much pressure, and two people walking in completely different directions. Meghan's entire outlook is built around control. Controlling the narrative, controlling her brand, controlling how people see her. But Harry, he was never built for that. He's messy, emotional, a man driven by loyalty and guilt, still haunted by everything he left behind. That dynamic might have worked in the early days when rebellion felt romantic and they were escaping together, but now it just feels off. Harry's clearly not thriving in this new world. He's trying, sure, the lawsuits, the Netflix shows, the speeches, but none of it feels like him. And Meghan, instead of slowing down and asking why he seems to be racing ahead without him, what makes it worse is that she's now offering subtle commentary on their marriage to the press, using sources to whisper he's stuck in the past, or she wishes he'd be more present. That's not support, that's narrative warfare. It's finger-pointing wrapped in politeness. And even if Harry shrugs it off in public, you can bet it hits hard behind closed door. You don't go to People magazine to solve your relationship issues. You go there to shape public opinion. Meghan knows that everyone knows that this wasn't a casual league. It was a loaded message, one that says, if this falls apart, it won't be my fault. That's the kind of groundwork you lay when you're preparing for an exit, or at the very least a major rebranding. Meanwhile, Harry's clinging to the idea that family can still be fixed, that some apology, some miracle moment will pull everyone back together. But the royals have moved on. They're not interested in repairing what he broke. They've gone radio silent, especially after he exposed deeply personal conversations, revealed private medical information about his father, and attacked the very people who once protected him. And let's be real, you don't just come back from that. You don't torture your house and expect to be handed a key to the guest room. Harry's in limbo, not quite a royal, not quite a civilian. His ties to the monarchy are frayed, but the California dream never really fit him either. The guy who once flew Apache helicopters in Afghanistan is now doing live streams with trauma coaches and dodging paparazzi on grocery runs. It's hard to imagine that's the life he pictured. As for Meghan, she'll be fine no matter what happens. She's built for survival, a master of reinvention. Whether it's podcasting, acting, or launching another lifestyle brand, she'll keep moving forward. But Harry is not wired that way. He was raised and tradition bound by duty, and now he's floating through a world where none of that means anything. If this really is the beginning of the end, it won't be loud, it won't be explosive, it'll be quiet, strategic, adjoint. Statement may be words like mutual respect and loving Parents will be tossed around, but behind the scenes the damage is already done. And the saddest part, somewhere deep down, Harry probably still believes he can fix it all. The monarchy is marriage himself. But some things once broken don't go back the way they were. And the sooner he sees it, the sooner he might finally stop trying to live in two different worlds and start figuring out who he really is in this.